disco. Well, a pretty little chick wherever you go. Well, I walk, I talk, we talk. They shimmy, I shimmy. They fly, I fly. Well, they're out there having fun in the warm California sun. The coast, oh, where the California girls are really the most. Yeah, they walk, they shimmy, they shimmy, we're out there having fun. I just walk California sun. We're out there having fun. I just walk California sun. Damas and caballeros, Little Street Jackets, Big Sandy, Cojones de Azúcar.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, make welcome our very special guest, Mr. Carl Perkins. Hey, do it, Carl! Ho, ho, ho! Sitting here one with a back to box, hold my clothes. Yeah, sitting here one with a back to box, hold my clothes. Oh, magic, Lord, I got a long way to go. Yeah, I'm an old poor boy and I'm a long way from home. Look out, I'm an old poor boy and I'm a long way from home. I won't ever be happy, everything I do is wrong. Lord, I'm sitting here wondering with a matchbox hold my clothes. Well, I'm sitting here wondering with a matchbox hold my clothes. I ain't got no magic, but I got a long way to go. All right, let's go, children. Be your little dog, tell your big dog come. Now when the big dog gets here, show him what the little play's done. Well, I'm sitting here wondering with a matchbox hold my clothes. Sitting here wondering with a matchbox hold my clothes. Yeah, I ain't got no mattress, but I got a long way to go. Wanna pick my guitar and get a little rock. You catch them little fish about that long up in Tennessee, what we call brim.
Right on.
But down here you catch some bigger ones. Have you been out there yet?
No, I haven't, Jim. I've been sightseeing and picking old blues the last couple of days.
Well, I'll tell you what. How about picking it a little bit more?
Son, I'm ready.
Do it.
All my friends is bopping the blues and it must be going round. All of my friends is bopping the blues and it must be going round. I love you, baby, but I must be real bound. Yeah, the doctor told me, oh, you don't need no pills. crutches down. The old boy's done got a rhythm and blues, and he threw his crutches down. Grandma, he ain't trifling. I say the old cat's rhythm bound. All of my friends is bopping the blues, and it must be going round. All of my friends is bopping the blues, and it must be going round. I love you, baby, but I must be rhythm bound. Let's take it home till now. I say bop, 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 rhythm and blues. Bop, bop, rhythm and blues, baby. Bop, bop, rhythm and blues, yeah. Bop, bop, rhythm and blues. Rhythm and blues, it must be going round.
That's about 96. I'm a mean cool cat, I'ma get my fix. Ain't no rocket to the moon, baby, let's go fast. Oh, soon, baby girl, we'll be having a blast. Oh, if you're sitting there, baby, and I'm passing by, and you turn on back around and say you're goodbye. Oh, say goodbye, baby. That's about 99. Oh, baby, I'll be doing just fine. Oh, I can see the moon, baby, let's go fast. Oh, baby girl, we'll be having a blast. Oh, yeah, you see me, baby, I'm cruising by. And you turn on back around and say goodbye. Oh, say goodbye, baby.
That was fantastic. Thank you, sir. Sonny Burgess and Rosie Flores combo, everybody. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Now I taught the weeping willow how to cry. Showed the clouds how to cover up that clear blue sky. And the tears that I cry for that woman, they're gonna flood you, big river. And I'm gonna sit right here until I die. Oh, I met her accidentally in St. Paul, Minnesota. Tore me up every time I heard her drawl, that southern drawl. And I heard my dream way back downstream, cavorting in Davenport. And I followed you, big river, when you called. You took me to St. Louis, later on down the river. Freighter said she's been here, but she's gone, Eddie boy, she's gone. I found her trail in Memphis, but she just walked up the bluff. She raised a few eyebrows and then she went on down alone. Now won't you bat it down by Baton Rouge? A river queen, won't you roll it on? You got my woman, so take her down to New Orleans, yeah, New Orleans. Go on, I've had enough. Dump these blues way down in the Gulf. She loved you, big river, more than me. One more time. I taught the weeping willow how to cry, cry, cry. Showed that clouds how to cover up a clear blue sky. And the tears that I cry for my baby, they're gonna flood you, big river. And I'm gonna sit right here until I die.
Everybody, with 14 eclectic American roots shows on our YouTube channel at Stellar JAX, we thought it was time to take a look back at some of our best moments out of that 30 hours of roots music. Today we present a compilation of roots music from our Western Swing Show, the Town Hall Party, the Roots of Sun Records, Ladies of Rockabilly, and the Ranch House Pickin' Party. We love putting these shows together, and we love having a different host or co-host each episode. We also appreciate the efforts of Big Sandy, who creates some amazing video segments for each show. He has hosted several times and always has his finger on the pulse of what's happening in the world of authentic American roots. We feel it's our mission to campaign for the guests on our shows by exposing their great talent to you. In return, you may make a tip jar donation to show your support. It's a two-way street. They play, you pay. Just like before the damn panic came along. Enjoy these clips from our Roots of Western Swing show as Deke Dickerson and Dave Stuckey take you down that musical trail. Ladies and gentlemen, howdy and welcome to Stellar Shows at JAX. This presentation of eclectic American roots is a showcase for the music and lifestyle that celebrates the origins and legacy of authentic American music. Please give generously early and often as we present this new series. The proceeds go to connecting you with the eclectic American roots musicians that you love and encourages them with support through these challenging and uncertain times. I've been privileged for many years to be able to present the best in live roots music through Stellar Shows. Throughout the weeks to come, Stellar Shows remains committed to curating live talent, even with our clubs and venues shutting down, and all our performers being trapped in their homes. Remember back when all you had to bitch about was the elections and all the political coverage? This is a unique moment in entertainment history with a worldwide captive audience. So, like our live shows, we intend to expose you to great music you might not see anywhere else. Roots music is all about taking entertainment back to a time when the words and the songs were much more meaningful compared to the overproduced music of today. You might think I'm here to entertain you, but I'm not. All I can play is the radio. But Stellar Shows is committed to bringing you the best of the West. And thanks to JAX Entertainment, Stellar Shows at JAX presents Eclectic American Roots. I've always been proud that Stellar Shows live music is delivered to our audiences in a comfortable cabaret setting, much like your own living room, we would brag. Well, today you really are enjoying and watching the best eclectic American roots music from your living room. There, the drinks are cheap, the food is your own, but Stellar Shows continues to showcase the best in alternative roots, from blues and rockabilly to western swing and honky-tonk. There's folk, hillbilly, jazz, and even exotica lounge music for our tiki fans. We love Tex-Mex, Americana, and bluegrass too, and we'll be exploring all those topics in the weeks to come. This series will showcase artists and bands that Stellar Shows has presented over the years, with a peek at what they're currently doing. We'll even make some new friends along the way. Get ready to enjoy the personalities, lifestyle, and great music of Stellar Shows at JAX. Eclectic American Roots.
We're going to now throw it to some very good friends of ours from up in Northern California, also Ameripolitan Award winners, and they're up there swinging on the western side of things. So let's see a little bit, and then we'll hear from them. They've dropped in to say hi. Well, let's hear a little bit from the Carolyn Sills Combo.
And this is called "Live in Love Always," which I think is a good message for these times.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wanna live in love under the stars above. I wanna hold you close to my heart. It gave me hope anew when I was sad and blue, and nothing's gonna tear us apart. I sang a lonely song until you came along. I'm headed for that bright sunny day, and I'm telling you what this love will do. I wanna live in love always. I wanna shout hooray and praise that lucky day when you came walking right into my life. I'm gonna change my plan, 'cause I'm a different man. I'm through with all the trouble and strife. I used to feel so sad, but now I feel so glad. I'm headed for that bright sunny day, and I'm telling you what this love will do. I wanna live in love always, and I'm telling you what this love will do. I wanna live in love always.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Carolyn Sell's Ameripolitan Award winner for her band last year for the Western Swing Band. We'll have Dale Watson on later to talk more about the Ameripolitan experience. For all of you who don't know exactly what it's all about, he'll explain it more later. But he basically formed this organization several years ago to recognize bands in this genre that aren't served by Americana radio and all that. So he has come up with this event that just gets bigger and better every year. It's incredible. He just had one right before the lockdown. So I'm glad we snuck that in. I don't know if those of you watching may know, but our friend Deke won the 2019 Ameripolitan. It's the Ameripolitan Ralph Mooney Award / Musician of the Year. If you can believe that. He's got that. I hope you bring that because I had to haul that all the way back from Memphis for you. Remember?
I was just going to say you brought that back, and you know we're in. I mean, this show is full of award winners because my co-host Dave Stuckey is the 2020 Western Swing Award winner from the Ameripolitan Awards. Where's your award?
I've got this to prove it.
There you go.
Just like Gerard said. No, what a great. First of all, it's an amazing event, whether you win anything or not. I was blown away, very surprised to win it this year because I had some really tough competition. A lot of award winners in this show, and this all comes from it's the brainchild of Dale Watson, and he's been doing this. He's been doing this, I believe, 7 years, and as I said before, serving a lot of. He's certainly well known before that. Everybody knew who Dale Watson was and digs his hard country music. But him forming this thing and then to get to be nominated, and I think I probably speak for Deke too. Just the idea to be recognized by a group of people that you admire is just great and goes towards creating this community that I spoke about before.
It's mostly about helping the up and coming and not people that do this for a living, and let them know that, hey, keep doing it for a living, keep doing what you're doing. Because when I came to Nashville, one of the big things when I went to Nashville, and I left very quickly, but they said that we love what you do, now change. You know, so it's this Ameripolitan. We like to think that it's something where it gives people a step up and maybe a platform, gives them a home. Because, you know, I used to call country music my home, but country music, I don't even know that neighborhood anymore. It's changed. Country music that I grew up in, the old neighborhood, is gone. It's been torn down and paved over, and I don't recognize it. So Ameripolitan is where I recognize. It's funny, we barely made it to 2020 before all this stuff happened.
Yeah,
so,
we were lucky that we got
very lucky.
Get everyone together.
And it was a great time. We're going to do it again in Memphis, Tennessee. It's as a matter of fact, that's where we're at What Sun Studios, doing this right now. You know, we were talking to Ray Benson, also a Ameripolitan Award winner, and of course Mr. Western Swing, and I think it's a very important category for Ameripolitan. We got honky tonk, of course, and rockabilly. Western Swing probably is one of the lesser known ones, just because of it's actually called Western Swing. And even, you know what, let's do an old Bob Wills tune that Ray does better than anybody, but we're going to give her a shot. This one called Big Balls in Cowtown. Working on the railroad, sleeping on the ground, eating saltine crackers, 10 cents a pound. Big balls in Cowtown, we'll all go down. Big balls in Cowtown, we'll dance around.
I'll go to Cowtown, I'll dance around. Board up your windows, the big boys in town.
That's right. Big balls in Cowtown, we'll all go down.
Big balls in Cowtown, we'll dance around. Woo!
Now put on your new shoes, put on your gown, shake off them sad blues, big balls in town. Big balls in Cowtown, we'll all go down. Big balls in Cowtown, we'll dance around.
Everybody's smiling, you can't find a frown. Girls are all happy, this weird balls in town. Big balls in Cowtown, we'll all go down. Big balls in Cowtown, we'll dance around.
Big balls in Cowtown, we'll all go down. Big balls in Cowtown. Big balls in town. Got hair right there.
Enjoy Deke Dickerson and Sally Joe performing Dim Lights, Thick Smoke, and Loud, Loud Music.
You guys got a tune, and I know what tune it is because you guys do it so well. It's written by Rosie Maphis.
Well, Joe and Rose Lee, when they were driving back from Bakersfield to Los Angeles and going over the Grapevine, they wrote a song about playing the Blackboard Cafe in Bakersfield the night before, a little thing called Dim Lights, Thick Smoke, and Loud, Loud Music.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Dim lights, thick smoke, and loud, loud music is the only kind of life you'll ever understand. Dim lights, thick smoke, and loud, loud music, you'll never make a wife to a home-loving man. Well, a home and little children mean nothing to you. A house filled with love and a husband so true. You'd rather have a drink with the first guy you meet, and the only home you know is the club down the street. Dim lights, thick smoke, and loud, loud music is the only kind of life you'll ever understand. Dim lights, thick smoke, and loud, loud music, you'll never make a wife to a home-loving man. A drinking and a dancing to a honky-tonk band is the only kind of life you'll ever understand. Go on, have your fun. You think you played it smart. I feel sorry for you and your honky-tonk heart. Dim lights, thick smoke, and loud, loud music is the only kind of life you'll ever understand. Dim lights, thick smoke, and loud, loud music, you'll never make a wife to a home-loving man. You'll never make a wife to a home-loving man.
Yeah. Nice one.
Thank you very much.
And thanks again to Chris and Tim for doing an amazing production job, and all of his folks. And what are we going to say? Adios.
Yeah, thanks again for Stellar Shows, for putting on the live music, and for making this thing happen while we're all stuck at home doing our social distancing.
That's right. Wash your hands.
Welcome back, folks. Hey, if you're anything like me, it feels weird to wear pants after being sequestered for so long. And I notice mine are getting a little bit tight. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Stellar Shows at JAX, our presentation of eclectic American roots. It's a showcase for the music and lifestyle that celebrates the origins and legacy of authentic American music. We thank you for sharing your living room with us and for supporting the efforts to connect you with the artists and musicians that you love. We'll see you next time on Stellar Shows at JAX, Eclectic American Roots. But remember, stay positive. Just don't test positive. today's episode of Eclectic American Roots, we're going to reach back to the 1950s and see an early television series that presented the roots of country, rockabilly, and rock and roll. We're going to take you back to those thrilling days of yesteryear. The Town Hall Party is on the air. Today, we have more authentic, retro-style recording artists on the scene than ever before. And we're about to meet some of them as Eclectic American Roots continues. Today's host is Big Sandy, who, along with his signature band, the Fly Right Boys, has been a key figure on the worldwide rockabilly and roots circuit for more than 30 years. With multiple appearances on the Grand Ole Opry and several national television appearances under their belt, these two-time Ameripolitan Award winners continue to set the pace on the ever-growing Americana scene. Big Sandy, born Robert Williams, grew up in Southern California, listening affectionately to his father's country, rockabilly, and western swing record collection. At the same time, inheriting a love and passion for R&B, doo-wop, and blues from his mother. Since 1984, Big Sandy has performed over 4,000 shows, playing a wide variety of rockin' roots music. It's not easy to pigeonhole Big Sandy's music. It's essential roots rock, including traditional rockabilly, western swing, honky-tonk, retro swing, blues, country boogie, and even Latin dance music. The Fly Right Boys, with influences like Carl Perkins, Eddie Cochran, and Buddy Holly, draw from the best of classic American roots music and inject it with a new passion. So it's with great affection that Big Sandy hosts this edition of Eclectic American Roots, delving back into the seminal 1950s when the Town Hall Party was on the air.
We'll be having a great 90 minutes of conversation, a lot of music, and a good time. So put up your feet and grab a drink with us here. Before we go any further, though, I'd like to say that this show is put together by a lot of great musicians who would normally be out touring, doing shows, maybe playing in your town. But the work isn't there. I know that's the case for all of us. But today we're here to support the musicians who make the music. And you can help out in a giant way by going to stellarjax.com. And there's a virtual tip jar. And we'll make sure that all gets divvied up with all of those who participated in the show. It'll help us more than I can tell you. I know and love your music, as a lot of us do. But maybe there's a clip that we can show that kind of demonstrates what you guys are sounding like these days. You have something we might want to show?
Live at Original Mike's with the saxophone and Jerry going crazy on the drums. And yeah, so we'd love to share one of those clips with you.
Well, once again, before we wrap it all up, guys, thank you so much for being here, a part of this. I've always looked up to you guys. You've inspired me so much. And both of you guys, Jerry and Eddie, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you so much.
Thank you, Big Sandy. You've been a wealth of information to us and helped us, and just love following your career. It's just been great seeing you again. Thank you so much for having both Eddie and the Rockin' Rebels.
Thank you, Big Sandy. It's been a pleasure, and it's always, you're a fine gentleman, and I just love to see where you've gone in your life. Good stuff.
Oh, thanks so much. Anyway, let's just all kick back and watch that video we've been talking about and sign off. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you all. We'll see you down the line.
Bye-bye.
Rockin' Rebels. I tell you, I'm having a really great time hanging out with a lot of my musician friends and like them, some of my idols, longtime idols. If you're enjoying this like I am, and I know you are, I've been watching the comments here. Once again, you can really help out here. StellarJax.com. There is a virtual tip jar that's set up. And thanks so much to those of you who have already donated. But that site will be set up, and once again, it goes where it should go, to musicians who have, who could really use the help right now. We're going to hand it right back now to the guy who put this all together, Christopher Burkhart. Here he is with a little bit about the Collins Kids.
I don't like cake, I don't like pie, I don't like sweets, and I'll tell you why. 'Cause Mom said, baby.
Historically credited as originators of rockabilly music in the 50s, Tulsa-born siblings Larry and Lori Collins entertained audiences around the globe as the Rockin' Rollin' Collins Kids. Lori won a talent contest at age 8, and the siblings soon started a musical duo, with Larry playing guitar. As early as age 10, he was considered a whiz kid on the instrument, and the pair excelled at singing blood harmonies. As rock and roll came into vogue, the Collins Kids moved to Southern California and adapted easily, making an impression locally on television, particularly the Town Hall Party program, beginning in 1954. As teenagers, the precocious pair appeared weekly on the show hosted by country star Tex Ritter and Jay Stewart, who would go on to host The Price is Right. While the beautiful Lori belted out rock and roll with the authority and experience of someone twice her age, her lightning-fingered and quite hyper younger brother Larry twanged the double-neck Mosrite guitar like a master. His ferocity and athletic dance moves were legendary even then.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have this Kyle Eldridge. Welcome, my friend. Yeah. It's really great to see you. And I was going to ask you where you're coming in from right now, because I see you all over the place, across the country at different festivals, and sometimes I lose track of where people actually live. So coming to us from Kentucky, watching a clip like that of Joe Maphis playing and some of the other artists we've been featuring from Town Hall Party on this show, I'm wondering, did guys like that influence you growing up? And if so, can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, Merle Travis being from Kentucky, I'm from Ohio, and so many great players from this area. I mean, my whole region, in Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, all of this area. But growing up, I mean, I listened to records my grandparents had, my parents had. I mean, from the time I was a little kid, I listened to kind of the best of rockabilly and country and Western records, Bob Wills, Elvis. I mean, I listened to it all and heard those sounds as a little kid. And that definitely influenced me along the way. Well,
a lot of young people, they kind of rebel against the music that their parents or their grandparents listen to you. But did you just find something in that music that drew you in, or what was it? Because that's not the usual path that young people take.
Right. Yeah. It definitely had, some conflicts of interest growing up, having my my country and Western and rockabilly records and blasting it in the car as a teenager. And, my friends would get in, and then I'd hide my Speedy West record and, put in, whatever they wanted to listen to. But yeah, I mean, I would say, just the sounds of the instruments, the guitar, and really the soul and the energy of those early rockabilly records and those early Western swing records, everyone sounded like they were having such a good time, live on those records. And it's something that I guess, identify with.
Well, Kyle, that's, I tell you what, I'm remembering, as you're talking, I'm remembering the first time I saw you play, and you really do capture the joy a lot of those older players had. But for those people who haven't had a chance to hear you like I have, is there any examples of your playing that we might be able to look at and watch?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We got a nice clip here from Memphis a few months ago at Maripolitan Weekend. It's a clip of us doing, it's me, Dave Stuckey, and Dakota Collins. We're doing Flying Fingers by Joe Maphis, and I think it captures some of that energy.
If you enjoyed this at all, even just one iota, please think about checking into that website, stellarjax.com. Maybe a little donation would be much appreciated. Once again, we thank our high rollers. We're looking forward to next week's show, where we will be focusing in on Sun Records with our pal Eddie Clendenning hosting the show.
Hello, welcome to Eclectic American Roots. It's our cure for the corona confinement. You know, the world has really changed when the IRS is paying us instead of the other way around. In this episode, we take a look at a real American icon, Sun Records in Memphis, Tennessee. There aren't many people you can point your finger at and say, he started it all. Sam Phillips was a DJ in Memphis in early 1950 when he opened up Memphis Recording Service to capture the area's talent. Anyone could make an acetate record as a gift or a keepsake. And making personal recordings is where Sam Phillips may have stayed, except he wasn't satisfied with the status quo in the music world of that era. As a DJ, he was playing the standards of the day, but he knew that some of the most exciting music was never heard on the radio. Blues and R&B was widely considered ethnic music, but Sam embraced it. His hope was that music could help to break down the walls of segregation in the South. Sam started a cultural revolution by discovering white singers who had the right feel to bring ethnic music to mass audiences. Not an easy task in pre-civil rights America. Sun Records became his label to establish that talent, and he got busy finding and recording those artists with an evangelical approach. In 1954, something happened at Sun Records that was to send Sam Phillips off in a whole new direction. His name was Elvis Aaron Presley, and he hailed from Tupelo. Less of Elvis Presley, other young country singers were drawn to Sun Records. Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, Roy Orbison, and Charlie Rich were soon on board. Sam had found the sound. Now all his artists were young, and none of them sounded like anybody else. And that is why Sun Records remains one of the most memorable and accessible icons of roots music today. Welcome back as we explore the roots of Sun Records with our host, Eddie Clendenning. Eddie's stage history includes live performances based on Buddy Holly, Johnny Cash, Sun Records, and Elvis Presley. He's done TV appearances on The View, Jimmy Fallon, David Letterman, and even Good Morning America. He's appeared with early rock and roll greats like Scotty Moore, James Burton, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Little Richard. Eddie has toured with his own backing group, the Blue Ribbon Boys, in the U.S., Europe, Asia, and Australia. They have performed at the Rockabilly Rave and Viva Las Vegas and lots of other festivals. Eddie originated the role of and was featured as Elvis Presley in the hit Broadway musical The $1 Million Quartet, where he performed 8 shows a week to packed houses, racking up over 2,200 performances. He also helped create and starred in the Las Vegas show Heartbreak Hotel. That's the only Elvis Presley stage bio endorsed by the Elvis Presley estate. He has 4 studio albums to date: Sometimes It Rains, Walkin' and Cryin', Knockin' at Your Heart, and The Rage of the Teenage. If you know Eddie, you know he works hard spreading the gospel of genuine American rock and roll. Welcome, Eddie.
Hey there, everybody. How y'all doing? My name's Eddie Clendenning. Welcome to Stellar Shows at JAX, Eclectic American Roots. We're glad to have you. We got all kinds of entertainment coming up for you today. We're live from lockdown here. Hopefully y'all are staying safe out there. We're going to be talking about Sun Records and Sam Phillips, and a lot of subjects near and dear to my heart. I've spent a lot of my career working in various projects, whether based on Elvis Presley, Sam Phillips, Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins, Jerry Lee Lewis. all those guys. But more than that, we got a lot of good friends of mine who's going to join us today to talk about what they're up to, talk about kind of their first discovery of Sun Records and the music of Sam Phillips, and going to be sharing some of their own music with you, talking about roots music in general. We want to encourage you to, if you do enjoy the programming, jump on the virtual tip jar there at stellarjax.com and donate a little money. Whatever money you do donate obviously gets distributed amongst all these fine artists who, unfortunately, because of the circumstances, are unable to be out there touring and entertaining you live and in your hometown. Even though we all wish we could be, we're trying to do the best with what we can.
Here is Matt Codina performing with T.K. Smith.
We're going to play another clip of you picking a little bit with, who you got with you?
TK.
With T.K. Smith.
Oh, TK, yeah, totally.
Guitar builder extraordinaire. Right on, man. So we'll stay safe, and ideally we'll be back to work sometime soon. Feels like ages since we played together, but it's nice to see you.
Yeah. All right, man. Good to see you.
Cheers, buddy. Back in the 50s, rock and roll just started to take off. A lot of American families and households were a little divided on the subject.
Oh, for crying out loud. Ricky! Ricky!
No more. You told me you was high, but I can see through that. Yes, you told me you was high.
You cats and kittens are wondering. And also, Eddie and I were in the musical $1 Million Quartet together, celebrating the Sun Records legacy of 706 Union Avenue in Memphis, Tennessee. And that's what we're here to talk about with this next song. This song, we just played the original recording by Jackie Brinston. A lot of people don't realize that was recorded in Sun, but it was actually released in Chess Records, 2120 South Michigan Avenue in Chicago. 1951, I believe. Jackie Brinston and his Delta Cats, written and boogie-woogie piano parts by the great Ike Turner, who I think was only 19 years old when he recorded it and wrote it. The song, the old tape machines back then, maybe it was in a different key than what we know. I learned it in E flat, which is a weird key to learn on the piano. It's very, very strange key to play in. But that's how I learned it, because that's how the record sounded. But the video that you're going to watch is my band, The Lovers, actually from Chicago. Originally done by Jackie Brinston and his Delta Cats, written by the great Ike Turner. Here is Rocket 88.
Women are heard at your laugh when you hear the noise they made. But let me really do my new Rocket 88. Yes, it's straight, just one way. Everybody likes my Rocket 88. Baby, we ride in style, move it all along. Yeah, boy. V8's motor is smart and designed, black convertible top, and the gals don't mind. Sport with me riding all around town for joy. Blow your horn to beat. In my rocket and don't be late, baby, we're pulling out about 8:30. Over in the corner and up a hill, everybody in my car's gonna take a little pill. Cruise on out, boozing and boozing along. Well, you even heard of your laugh when you hear the noise it makes. But let me introduce my new Rocket 88. Yes, it's straight, just won't wait. Everybody likes my Rocket 88. Baby, we ride in style, move it all along.
It started in 2008, and it's still running in select markets around the world. There have been 6 national tours, and $1 Million Quartet has been a smash in England, Japan, Australia, and even on Norwegian cruise lines. The one constant among the many faces fronting the show has been Chuck Mead, both music director and historian, who has fronted both BR549 and the Grassy Knoll Boys. His signature touch on everything from the various musicals to the TV show Sun Records to the show's record album has been stellar, making the live music portion of the many shows sound like authentic rockabilly. For Sun Records, it was a once-in-a-lifetime event where 4 of music's best talents came together and rocked the world.
All right, so we're here now with an old friend of mine, the pride of Lawrence, Kansas, Mr. Chuck Mead. How you doing, Chuck? Good to see you,
Doing
buddy.
good, young Edward. It's good to see you.
Likewise.
Looking slick. I like that.
Yeah, I clean up once in a while. Everybody just saw a great little montage there about $1 Million Quartet, which is a project you and I worked on for many years, actually, and that you're still working on.
Well, about 2006, we did the last BR549 tour. We kind of wrapped it up. Donnie went and joined Bob Dylan's band, and Shaw had moved to Arizona, and it was just kind of, it had run its course. Because I have a rockabilly and country and hillbilly background, he called me up and wondered if I wanted to, be put into the mix to be the musical director. And now we've done, we did another working production in 2007 up in Issaquah, Washington. And then, of course, Eddie came aboard for the big professional one in Chicago, which ran 8.5 years. And then we were on Broadway, and then we did it on the West End in London, and then we did a national tour for 4.5 years. And I mean, what we're going through right now, you know, we all have to pull together to be apart, to pull together. I still get a kick out of putting it together with people because it's always a bunch of different kind of personalities, and it's always kind of fun to watch. And you know, and we find new things. We find new things about it all the time.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people out there might have seen on CMT the Sun Records TV show, which you also had a hand in. How did that come about? That was really a cool project.
I just kind of really wanted the job at Sun Records because I didn't want anybody else to screw it up, you know. And I knew that if I got to do the music, I could record it, you know, and it was expanded, you know. We got to do so much more.
Yeah.
And I knew that I could recreate that music in like we did in $1 Million Quartet, bring it up to where people think it's now, and it is now, but still remain true to the spirit of what Sam Phillips was doing, you know, without making it a museum piece, which is always boring and dusty.
Wait, Chuck, man, it's been great to catch up with you. Great talking to you. You gonna play a little song for us?
You're looking good.
Sure. What do you got for us?
Well, you know, we were talking about $1 Million Quartet, and years ago, this was the song that Carl Perkins was supposed to sing at the little encore at the end. You know, you go through the play, there's a little play, and the story and everything. Then the story ends, and then there's a 4-song little rock show that we do, and we still do that. But this was the original tune that was supposed to end the show for Carl Perkins. So I'm going to try to do it. Well, on the outskirts of town, there's a little night spot. Dan dropped in about 5 o'clock. He tossed off his coat and said the night is short. Reached in his pocket and he flashed a quart and hollered, "Rave on, children, I'm with you. Rave on, cats that cried. It's almost gone and the cops are gone. Let's all get Dixie fried." Well, that damn got happy and he started raving. He whipped out a razor, but he wasn't shaving. And all the cats do to jump and hop, 'cause he was born and raised in a butcher shop. He hollered, "Rave on, children, I'm with you. Rave on, cats that cried. It's almost dawn and the cops are gone. Let's all get Dixie fried." Get fried now. Well, now the cops heard Dan when he started to shout. They all came in to see what it was about, and I heard him holler as they led him away. He turned his head and this is what he had to say. He hollered, "Rave on, children, I'm with you. Rave on, cats that cried. It's almost dawn and the cops are gone. Let's all get Dixie fried." Well, now Dan was the bravest man that we ever saw. He let us all know he wasn't scared of the law, and through the black cross bars he passed a note to his dear. He said, "It ain't my fault, hun, that I'm in here." I hollered, "Rave on, children, I'm with you. Rave on, cats that cried. Well, it's almost dawn, the cops ain't gone, and I've been Dixie fried."
Yeah, I'll drink to that.
Yeah, man.
Sounding good, Chuck. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, brother, man.
Appreciate you spending some time with us and singing us a song.
All right, now I'd like to do one for you guys. This one I pulled from kind of the more obscure side of Sun's Hillbilly catalog. Sam Phillips, he cut this in early 1954 on a guy named Earl Peterson, Michigan's singing cowboy. He showed up there with his mother in tow in an old Buick, and Sam cut this and 1 or 2 more songs on it before he moved on to the Columbia label. This is a little thing called the Boogie Blues. Here we go. Well, you let me down and you did it before. Honey, please, don't you do it no more. I got a low down feeling over you. Why don't you go away and leave me with the Boogie Blues? for you. Oh, don't you go away and leave me with them boogie blues. I got them blues. And I'm tired of living with them boogie blues. Well, the postman brought me a letter today. It said my honey had gone away. Yeah, I miss her, 'cause we're all through. She's gone away and left me with them boogie blues. I got them blues. When I'm tired of living with them boogie blues.
Hello, friends. You know, this is the part of the show I usually tell a coronavirus joke, but it would take you 2 weeks to get it. As the COVID crisis continues, so does our determination to raise money for our artists, the professional musicians who are still out of work and with no end in sight. We've created these e-broadcasts to entertain you, but also to support them. But unless you give, they may not make their rent payment, their car payments, or their grocery bills. So I'm asking you to please dig deep this week and share this episode. Our musician friends live all over the world, but we pay them an equal share of the donations received immediately, regardless of whenever you make that donation. So all that being said, welcome to our show, ladies of the rockabilly scene. It's a vivid and glamorous world of cool kittens and vivacious vixens. But to host a show like this, featuring multiple lovely ladies with a ton of talent, there was no debating over who would fit that bill. I have lost count of how many times Big Sandy and the Fly Right Boys have played at my stellar venues, but I recall we almost renamed Don the Beachcomber's main showroom Big Sandy's Ballroom. He was there so often, and not always to perform. When Big Sandy's off the road, he frequents many musical establishments and usually has at least one pretty girl on his arm. Why? Because the dapper Big Sandy is an educated man. He graduated summa cum laude from the College of Rockabilly Knowledge. He majored in juke joint jumping. He holds a bachelor's degree in female anatomy. And he earned his master's in tequila tasting. As valedictorian of his class, his speech was all about international relations. His own. So it's with great expectations I introduce today's host, Big Sandy.
Hi, friends. Oh, your old pal Big Sandy here. We're going to have an excellent afternoon here as Eclectic American Roots presents the ladies of the rockabilly scene. We have Rosie Flores, Artie Braun, Ruby Ann, Amber Fox, Celine Lee, Cherry Rat, and we're going to talk to Tom Ingram about some of the women he's booked over the years. When you started this band, had you done any music at all before that, or were you singing already, or maybe in a family situation, or in any way at all?
Yeah, I started singing at a church. My grandma made me go to the church, and the only fun there for me was singing, so I would sing there. And then after that, I had a couple bands when I was a kid, just playing guitar and singing.
Okay.
And then when I was about 14 to 15, I had a punk rock band.
All right. As an artist who began a career in Brazil and now is living here in the States, in Las Vegas to be particular, do you find a difference at all in the audience? Maybe in the sort of like this, what they react to more than in one place than the other, or do you approach it differently, like an American audience, than you would back home?
Yes, it's very different actually. When I got here, my first shows, I was so scared because back in Brazil, people, they go out to see live bands to have fun and dance. So most of the time they're not really paying attention.
Okay.
They are paying attention, they're listening to it, but they're having fun, they're dancing, they're talking, they're drinking. And here, people, they tend to pay attention more to the band and what they're playing, what they're singing, and if they like it or not. So they're always looking. So at the first moment, everyone was just staring at me like this. And I was like, oh my God. And like, is my English wrong? Like, is there something wrong? Like,
They might have been staring for other reasons.
Maybe, I don't know. But I was really scared. And now I see the difference. Like, people, they prefer here to really watch the band.
Okay.
And I love it. I think it's great.
Well, Cherry, it's been really great talking to you today. But I tell you what, if you have your guitar handy, it'd be really great to hear a song from you. Could you do that for us?
Of course. I have my guitar right here. I still remember things you said and all you've done, and all the love and nights I camped by my own. I am but a fool just begging you to stay. Why you such a rude and walk the door away? Now my heart is breaking, while your mind is shaking. Any difference making if you stay or go? Day by day you leave me hanging on the phone. Baby, I know that you are anywhere but home. I am but a fool just begging you to stay. What is done back just like it's the same. Now my heart is breaking, while your mind is shaking. Any love is safe if you're really alone. Crossing over you, and it's ringing a bell low. Slowly getting voodoo hold down your feet, stuck you in the sand like a stone. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, you know the God is crossing over you, and it's ringing a bell low. Hold it down your feet, stuck you in the sand like a stone. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa,
whoa. Once again, if you've enjoyed any part of this show, any of these series of shows, friends, if you could visit our virtual tip jar at stellarjax.com, I tell you, it would do more good than you might even imagine. You can visit it right now if you like, or if you want to stay watching the show, you can do it when we're finished here. Do it tomorrow or later in the week. But help in any way you can. Without your donations, we can't go on doing this. So if you're enjoying it, let us know by visiting our virtual tip jar, stellarjax.com. And now, dear viewers, a true American classic, a woman who's been an inspiration to so many throughout the years, both in music and in spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Rosie Flores.
Ta-da!
Hi, Rosie. Well, I tell you,
thank you.
It is an honor to have not one, but two Ameripolitan Rockabilly female winners. What an honor.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here with Marty.
So Rosie, I think, there's a lot of people that know and love you, and a lot of people might know this, but oh, absolutely. You're originally from San Antonio, Texas.
Yes, that's right.
Now, how early did you have musical aspirations? Was that right off the bat?
Started when just right out of the womb. I was going, boy, yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, my dad was instrumental in getting me inspired to sing into a tape recorder.
Okay.
And so that was around age 7. So I have a lot of recordings. In fact, on the Rockabilly Philly record,
Yes.
there's one where I'm singing when I'm 7 years old. And, but it was all like sort of jazz tunes, like American Standard songs were happening back in that day.
Okay.
You know, in the 50s when I was like 56, 57. And right after that, then came Hound Dog and Jerry Lee, a whole lot of shaking going on. And so my brother, who was 2 years older than me, he would record those songs into my dad's tape recorder, little 2-track, and we would do that after dinner. We'd clear the table and put the 2-track on and grab the hit parade and start. That's where all the lyrics were, so we could record with the lyrics right there, all the pop songs that were hot on the radio at the time. So, you know, I was blessed with good pitch. You know, even as a little girl, I could sing on key, you know. And so that was, I think, why I fell into the whole, I fell in love with music because it just felt good to do, you know. When I was 14, I started my 14, 15, a girl singing group that was sort of like the Ronettes, but I was one of the background singers. And we were called Dora and the Debs. And
I didn't know about
2
that.
years later, I started an all-girl band.
I know about Penelope's Children after
Yeah,
that.
then I started Penelope's Children, exactly.
You
Out
know
of
what?
San Diego, California.
What sort of sound would we have been hearing coming from Penelope's Children? Was it just like the sound of the day, of like a folk rock or psychedelic?
We were very influenced by everything from the Everly Brothers to the Jefferson Airplane and Jimi Hendrix, you know?
Okay.
So we were kind of country meets psychedelic, which we were like one of the very first country rock bands.
Okay.
And we toured at age 18. We got in a little VW bus, and we toured from San Diego to San Antonio, and we played the Kit Kat Club, and we got like press and everything, and we did. That was our first little tour, but we were billed as country rock. Who was it? Russell Scott and Donna Lindley. We started a band there, remember, called Rosie and the Reverbs.
Yeah, I do remember.
We started covering a lot of Janice Martin stuff, and James would sing too in High School Confidential. We just used to get to rock the joint there. And from there, I moved into I was still on High Tone Records, and I wanted to do a rockabilly record. And that's when I invited Wanda Jackson and Janice Martin to sing 2 duets each with me on that record. And that kind of broke me into the, put me into the rockabilly genre. That's when people started calling me the Rockabilly Philly.
Well, not only did it kind of bring you more into that genre, you also helped to reignite their careers and led to like
yes. It helped both of us.
But it led to like doing further opportunities to work together with both of them. It's separately, like Tell us about some of your experiences with Wanda, since we're featuring her here on this show.
Oh yeah, Wanda Jackson. She is the queen. She is Queenie. She is the queen of rockabilly. Back in her era, Elvis talked her into doing rock and roll because she was recording as a country artist, with a cowboy hat and the fringe and everything. And he said, Wanda, you really, with your voice, you really should sing rock and roll. And he taught her how to sing good rockin' tonight. And it just like exploded. She was great at it, and her producers loved it. And so that's when she did that whole era, and then has inspired so many people, from me to Chrissy Hine to Marty Brahm and everybody else, Ronnie Spector. I mean, all these females have been influenced by what she did back in those days. And actually, I spoke with her granddaughter today and heard that she's just doing great. She's been doing some recording. She's recording with for Joan Jett's label. We have no idea when that's going to come out or anything, but she did do some recording with that, and her health is great, and so yeah, you know.
Well, I'll tell you, Rosie, I think it's really a true sign of your character as an artist that you took the time to put them in the spotlight a little bit, reinvigorating their career, and in Janice's case, giving her a little bit of joy before she passed on into the other world. It's nice to know that she moved on with feeling good about the recordings that she did with you. You know, I tell you what, maybe you think you can play a song for us? And
sure.
That would be a treat if you could sing a song for us here, Rosie.
That would be great.
All right, this one's for you, Big Sandy. I recorded this song that Wanda Jackson recorded many years ago. It's called I Gotta Know. Are you ready, Margie Brown? I'm ready. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. If I was the real thing, where is my wedding ring? Well, I thought that you was the one to miss, but all you ever do is dance and dance, boppity bop bop, the whole night long, knockout music is a jukebox song. One thing I gotta know, I gotta know, I gotta know. Well, if I was the real thing, where is my wedding ring? Well, we rock and roll, we rock and like a little too stupid is a baby at night. You know I'm long for a wedding gown, but all you ever do is play, boy, play. One thing I gotta know, I gotta know, I gotta know. Well, if I was the real thing, where is my wedding ring?
The Ranch House Pickin' Party was a great opportunity to present more vintage honky-tonk, western swing, and rockabilly. The perfect hosts were from the Lucky Stars, Dave Stuckey and Sage Guyton. Today we proudly present the Ranch House Pickin' Party with plenty of vintage steel guitar, fiddle, and some of the top guitar pickers in the world. And world is the right word, as our guests today come from England, Austin, New Hampshire, and Chicago. Here's a sample of what you'll be seeing today as our Eclectic American Roots series continues.
Please help the little old thing of a J-car.
have a couple of fantastic hosts for today's Ranch House Pickin' Party. Dave Stuckey, as an example, has packed a lot on his plate in his 30-plus years in Los Angeles. He's a guitarist, singer, songwriter, a film editor, and band leader. He performs vintage Western swing with Dave Stuckey and the Four Hoot Owls, and also with the Lucky Stars. He supplies rockabilly harmony with the Dave and Deke combo, and 1930s Hawaiian music with the Hukalau Hotshots. Dave's main gig before the Damn Panic was performing hot jazz and swing with Dave Stuckey and the Hot House Gang. In February 2020, Dave earned the Western Swing Male Award from the Ameripolitan Music Awards in Memphis. So please give a warm welcome to one of our hosts today, Pappy, Mr. Dave Stuckey.
Well, Christopher, thank you so much for that delightful intro. It's great to be back on the show. And we've got a great show planned for you. All of our favorite pickers coming in the house, the ranch house, and play some music for you. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm glad to be doing it with my compatriot, longtime friend, and it's been an honor to be in the Lucky Stars with Sage Guyton for all these many years. For those 2 or 3 people in the globe who might not be familiar with the Lucky Stars, let's have a look at the band right now. Let's run a clip.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Say, maybe you've seen that baby of mine. She's always off having some crazy time. She's real good looking, yeah, real good looking. My baby's real good looking around.
Sage Guyton is the band leader, main vocalist, and songwriter for the Los Angeles-based Western swing band, the Lucky Stars. Originally formed in 1993, the band has been performing consistently, if infrequently, in nightclubs and at festivals across the U.S. and in Europe ever since. Their first 7-inch vinyl recording was released in 1996 on Bucket Lid Records, the imprint of the Dave and Deke combo. Hey, that's me! And since then they've released 3 full-length albums, Hollywood and Western, Stay Out Late with the Lucky Stars, and The Lucky Stars Go to Town, as well as a 45 on their own Fate Records label. In addition to his work with the Lucky Stars, Sage also plays ukulele, writes songs, and sings 1930s-era Hapahaole music with fellow Lucky Stars in their side project, the Hukilau Hotshots. This band only has 1 recording thus far, a 45 record on Fate Records. Here we are. We're here.
Good morning. Hello. Hello.
It's too early. It's too early.
I've never seen Pappy this early in the morning before.
Even when we've been on the road. Yeah, that's right.
You hold up pretty good, I got to say.
This is this is fun. This is worth getting up for. I mean, here we are. We got a ranch house setting up here, picking party, but some of our very good friends that we love to listen to and follow.
This has been a great excuse to hang out with them virtually and to see people and talk to them and hear about their music and whatnot. So I appreciate the invitation, by the way. Thank you, Christopher.
Here's a couple of old pals of ours. He's been carrying the torch for American roots music for a long, long time over in the UK. From the Tennessee Rhythm Riders to Lynette Morgan and the Backwater Valley Boys. His current project, Hot House 4, multi-instrumentalist, songwriter, all-around swell fella. Willie Briggs, along with Lisa Briggs, here's Willie Briggs.
Hi, Dave. Hey, how's it going?
You know, like I said, you've been doing this for a long time, American music. So just to kind of maybe just start it off, give us a quick little thing about, I mean, what about American music initially spoke to you in the beginning?
Well, I'd say when I was about 14 years old, I started listening to my dad's records. He had rock and roll records, all the standard kind of, Eddie Cochran, Domino, Little Richard. And it kind of set me off, really, down the rockabilly trail, I guess it was. So straight into, like a lot of us English people, we start off as young teddy boys. And and then we kind of hear the American stuff and see the American clothing and the cars and all that kind of stuff, which is cool. I'm not saying it's cooler. I just think it appealed to me.
Well, listen, how about giving us a little something from your end there on the couch, a little music together, whatever you please.
And it's a song called Takeaway Alley. I think in America you call it takeout, right? You know, when you take away food. I don't know if it's the same in America, but in a lot of our local towns, you have one street that has full of takeaways, takeouts. And they have all sorts: chicken, Chinese, Japanese. There's a little clue in the song. Yeah, and it's our road is known as Takeaway Alley. Everyone knows it as Takeaway Alley. Are you going down Takeaway Alley? Yeah, I'll meet you down Takeaway Alley.
If you're heading into town on a Saturday night, you're looking for some food and you're looking for a fight, there's only one place where you need to point your feet. Well, Takeaway Alley. Everybody knows that's where everybody goes. Down on the corner with the weights and strays, you can get a knuckle sandwich if you look the wrong way. There's only one place where you need to point your feet. Well, Takeaway Alley. Everybody knows that's where everybody goes. Well, they've got Chinese, Japanese, Indianese, Lebanese, Eastern, Western, Himalayan, Nepalese, pickled eggs, frog's legs, eyeballs and pig's heads, all served together with salad and pita bread, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, honey glazed roast hog, finger-licking fried chicken, hot dog, real dog, leftovers scooped straight up from the ground. Stick it all into a quarter pound. If you're heading into town on a Saturday night, you're looking for some food and you're looking for a fight, there's only one place where you need to point your feet. Well, Takeaway Alley. Everybody knows that's where everybody goes. Down on the corner with the weights and strays, you can get a knuckle sandwich if you look the wrong way. There's only one place where you need to point your feet. Well, Takeaway Alley. Everybody knows that's where everybody goes. Well, they've got chili fries, pizza fries, dead flies and boiled rice, pavlovas, turnovers, reheated leftovers, riff-raff, greasy snacks. You better take it easy, Jack. One-way ticket to a heart attack. Drunk women, drunk men, fighting with a drunk man, spewing up, never gonna drink again. Eat more, drink more. Side order coaster, served with a smile and a punch on the jaw. If you're heading into town on a Saturday night, you're looking for some food and you're looking for a fight, there's only one place where you need to point your feet. Well, Takeaway Alley. Everybody knows that's where everybody goes. Everybody knows that's where everybody goes.
Hey, so good. Love it. We have here, we have the food court. That's not nearly as fun, and the drunks can't go there. So what fun is that?
And food court, that's not a good title for a song. Takeaway Alley. Perfect.
Yeah.
We'll take it down there next time you're over, Dave, okay?
Absolutely.
A legendary.
I'd love to do it. We've really loved having you guys on the show, being a part of this thing.
Guys.
All right, welcome back to the show, folks. And now the moment you've been waiting for, our good friend Sonny Leyland with his tribute to Moon Mulligan.
And the fella from way down Texas way, we're awful proud to have Mr. Moon Mulligan. Well, way down yonder in a great big lake, sitting on a lily pad, well, a big bullfrog about 2 feet long, and they called him Old Granddad. When he raised his right foot in the air and his children gather around, we gonna rock and roll tonight before the moon goes down. Pass me some jug, pass it up and down. Well, we gonna rock and roll tonight before the moon goes down.
Hillbilly pianist Moon Mullican came into this world in 1909. 111 years later, his legacy lives on, but sadly without the fame and fortune he deserves. The young Mullican learned to play keyboard singing religious hymns on his family's organ, while at the same time learning more secular blues and country music from local sharecroppers in East Texas. As a teen, he started playing piano in a local cafe for $40 a week, big money in 1923. Later, he made a huge splash in the hillbilly boogie world of the 1930s and 40s. By rights, Moon, king of the hillbilly piano players, should be a legend twice over, in country music and in rock and roll. He merged them both, as well as blues, pop, and honky-tonk, into a seamless whole, and also managed to play a seminal role in the history of Western swing. Instead, for decades, he was one of those lost musical figures whose career paved the way for rock and roll, but was born just a little too early and was a little too old to take advantage of what he'd started. His earliest influences were popular blues artists of the era like Bessie Smith, Blind Lemon Jefferson, and Leroy Carr, together with country musicians including Jimmy Rogers and Bob Wills. In his piano playing, we can also hear the influence of Texas blues pianists such as Son Becky and Pinetop Burks. In 1936, he covered Cab Calloway's Georgia Pine and also sang his own compositions, Ain't You Kinda Sorry and Swing Baby Swing for the Blue Ridge Playboys. He played and recorded with Cliff Bruner's Texas Wanderers, the Sunshine Boys, Jimmy Davis, and one of my favorites, Buddy Jones. By the end of the 1930s, he had become a popular vocalist with a warm, deep vocal delivery. His nickname Moon is short for Moonshine, which pretty much sums up his style of playing in the honky-tonks of the day. Mullican once stated, "We gotta play music that'll make them goddamn beer bottles bounce on the table."
And all right, your old pal BS back here again, this time with a special double video clip salute to two of my favorite artists of any genre of music. So 2 artists, 2 clips each. That's 4. All right, first up, this guy was born in St. Louis, Missouri. Had an unusual style of playing, of picking. One of my very favorite ranch house party pickers, that's for sure. You'll see how he got his nickname right now. Here he is on the Ozark Jubilee, playing along with steel player Curly Chalker. It's Thumbs Carlisle. Take it away, Thumbs.
One there, Bill Wimberly and his Country Rhythm Boys, and I imagine some of you people recognize that. Little Liza Jean. See how it, oh, little Liza Jean, Oh, little Liza Jane. That's all I know of it, Freddie.
Well, Thumbs Carlisle, ladies and gentlemen, make him welcome. In just a minute, you're going to see why we call him Thumbs. What? Play now? I know he's going to play now.
No, he's going to play Alabama Jubilee.
I thought he was going to play now.
Don't mix me up. Confusion.
You'll notice he does not hold the guitar in the orthodox manner, right? He kind of makes a lapdog out of it. He don't note it the same way like Roger or...
I don't know how to do it. He didn't know how to hold one when he learned to play one.
Play something. That's not a pre-record. He did that. Do it again.
How about that, huh?
That all, huh? Is that all you know?
Can y'all see it?
No. They can look in the monitor.
Oh.
Play something. Wildwood Flower.
This with me?
Or whatever.
Yeah,
I'll just play with it.
He's going to make rhythm.
I'll just sit here. Pat my foot.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your put your hands together for the great Thumbs Carlisle. He's good. Okay, our next mini double video tribute is to a truly innovative guitar player who played with the Whippoorwills. Made some great recordings with them. Look them up. The Sons of the Pioneers. Played on hundreds of country records and really great rockabilly and rock and roll records. He had a way of making a song that would otherwise be mediocre, especially when he was playing on those rock and roll records. The song would be just so-so. His guitar solo comes in, and suddenly it's fantastic. I'm talking about the great Roy Lanham. Let's check him out right now.
I've been picking this guitar for more years than I care to remember, but I've never been able to get the sound out of it, just like a certain friend of mine. One of those famous whippoorwills, now playing in Hollywood, but he's here with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Roy Lanham.
Lanham right there with one of my, I'd say, top 5 instrumentals, Passport to Summer. I couldn't find any great video clips on that song, so I put that one together. I hope you enjoyed that little montage.
Don't forget the tip jar. If you can, put a little something in the tip jar. If you can't, just share the show, and that'll do just as well. We like to get as many people in here. We got a lot of friends from all over the place in now on the show. So if you can do that, tip if you can, share if you can, and well, let's get to our next guest right now. Come on, man.
I'm looking forward to it. Let's hear it.
All right, friends, you know, we've talked about this little special episode we're doing here is kind of a house party, a picking party. I can't think of a better picker to get in here and play the things that he plays than the red hot Joel Patterson. Joel, come in here.
Yes.
Hey, Joel.
Hey, guys.
How you doing?
Good. I'm doing great. Can you see me and hear me?
Yes.
I can.
I'm having a picking party at home here. Thanks for inviting me.
A private picking party.
Just like all of us, every day, every dang day. Well, Joel, of course, does his show on Facebook every Friday. Well, tell the folks who might not know your history, like what Chet Atkins, blues, steel guitar, you can do it all. Tell us about like where it all came from.
Well, you know, I started playing, when I started playing guitar, I got really into country blues, which when I say country blues, I mean, for lack of a better term, I mean 1920s blues, Delta blues, and ragtime. People like Blind Blake, Blind Boy Fuller, Mississippi John Hurt, Robert Johnson. Those are my first heroes. So I got into fingerstyle, alternate thumb, playing like Blind Blake. And then later when I got into Western Swing and Chet Atkins, I was like, hey, I can already thumb pick. That's good. That was a good advantage. And when I moved to Chicago, Jimmy Sutton talked me into moving to Chicago way back in about 1998, and people were like, wow, you're a great rockabilly guitar player. And I'm from Madison, Wisconsin. There was no rockabilly scene. I didn't know what rockabilly was. I had no clue. And they told me, wow, what a great rockabilly player. You sound just like Scotty Moore. And I said, I'm just playing Blind Blake. And magically it sounds like rockabilly. But I guess that's what Scotty Moore was doing too. Playing kind of a mix of Chet Atkins with some young guy dancing and singing blues songs, you know, and he's like, well, I'll just play like Chet Atkins, and he'll sing Big Boy Credit Up songs, and then it magically sounds like rockabilly. So,
yeah.
To answer your question, I don't know what style I play, but I'm like you guys, I like it all.
Well, the thing is, the more styles you play, the more work you get. Not now,
yeah.
but
that
not
was my
now.
theory about 6 months ago. That was my theory in life.
Yeah, right.
So we want to, delay no further into getting you to play us a tune. We have talked. They often on the Eclectic Roots show. There's often a Merle Travis, sort of a Western swing, country sort of rockabilly. It kind of fit it's all in your wheelhouse. There you go. Perfect. All right. What do you think? What do you feel like?
Well, you mentioned Merle Travis. I know a bunch of Merle Travis instrumentals. I can. My Little Bluebell is a classic Travis tune.
Let us have it, Joel. Will you play it for us now?
Yes, indeed.
we are now very happy to introduce to you, all the way from Austin, Texas, from the band Ida Red, we have Rose Sinclair and Sophia Johnson. Hey, you two, how are you?
We're doing well. It's hot, very hot. Very hot.
Yeah. In Texas? You all are together, which is nice to see, and you're actually able to practice and perform together outside in a situation that's safe for everybody.
Right. We started after the Metropolitan thing where we met Dave this year. Actually started practicing outside here, and 2 weeks after Metropolitan, the lockdown hit, and so we've managed to work out a way to practice, and it's been.
I know you've got another tune for us.
Well,
live.
So we're here at the Mission to Moscow.
Yeah, perfect.
Let's
hear it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Beautiful.
Very nice. Very nice.
Well, it was excellent having you both on here. So thank you so much for making the time and getting the whole band together. Hey, everybody. Welcome back from your hosts, Sage and Pappy. We're coming to you from sunny Southern California on a Sunday. It's Sunday, I think, where everyone is listening across the world now. But if you're listening from the future, we're glad to have you here as well. We are here to remind you that Stellar Shows, who's putting on the show today, has done so much for the music community in general and the American Roots community in specific. They put over $1 million in the pockets of musicians over the past decade and continue to do so during this pandemic, or as Christopher calls it, the damn panic. But it's only with your help. So please donate early and often. The copy here, it says that most musicians have no other skills and they have to pay rent. I would say that most musicians have many other skills but sadly they don't pay even as much as music. So, so help us out if you would. Help all of us out. Hit that tip jar.
What do you say, Sage?
And we thank all of you for tuning in today and for donating if you can, but just watching and sharing and passing the news along to your friends. Of course, we have to give a big shout out to the mastermind behind the project, Christopher Burkhart, who has done so much to promote this kind of music online and in real life. He's still got live shows going on. Go check it down. Go check it out. Some of the live shows down in Newport Beach. And also the unsung hero behind the scenes here, Tim Ellis, who is our engineer, who does so much work editing all this stuff together, putting all the clips together. Thank you, Tim, for making it happen.
He does the heavy lifting. There's no doubt about it. Well, thank you, friends. We appreciate you having Sage and I. I'll just echo those words. It's fun to be on here again. And we had a great time. And it was really fun to see some of our friends that we don't get to see these days. Only on a screen somewhere.
That's right. We're
so happy for you to join us on the show, and we'll see you on future Stellar shows and so forth, right?
Sounds right. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for joining us to take a look back at some of our past shows on eclectic American roots. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Stellar JAX.